You are listening to It's Later Than You Think. Hello, everyone. I'll start off by wishing everyone a very Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season. I hope you have completed all your holiday tasks and activities since it is the day before Christmas. I also hope you have avoided any holiday sickness and that you are in good health. I escaped my minor cold of last week. Turns out it was not COVID, so that's always exciting. Since today is in fact Christmas Eve, we are going to keep things festive. I'm going to start by sharing a list that was voted on by the internet of some of the worst Christmas songs that currently exist. We will then switch gears and talk about some of the worst gifts that people have received for Christmas. However, we'll turn things around after that, and I am going to provide you with a list of plenty of ways, some tips and tricks, plenty of ways to handle those situations gracefully. If you ever receive a gift and you're not quite sure how to react in the moment. I'm sure we've all received some gift that we smile and say, "Oh, thank you." But maybe that's not always the right response. Let's get into these Christmas quote-unquote classics. No, they are definitely not classics. I actually am going to agree with most of these on the list that I will share, if not all of them. Do not worry, "Oh Holy Night" will not make the list because that is a fantastic song. And if you do disagree with that statement, it's okay to be wrong at times. I forgive you. Now, as we get into the list, I will mention that unfortunately, due to copyright laws and regulations, I cannot share clips of any of these songs. So if you're playing along at home, maybe load up these songs on YouTube and you can see if you agree with the statements I am about to provide. The first song by Band-Aid, "Do They Know It's Christmas?" Despite its charitable intentions, this 1984 song has been criticized for its patronizing lyrics, or patronizing, you say potato, I say potato, and lack of cultural awareness. It frequently appears on lists of disliked Christmas songs. That song's pretty bad. Ooh, this next one's a good one. "The Christmas Shoes" by New Song. This 2000 song is often labeled as overly sentimental and emotionally manipulative, leading it to top various worst Christmas song lists. This song is absolutely awful. Oh my gosh. If you have not heard it, the description is right on with the overly sentimental thing. Like, it's really bad. Next song, "Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer" by Elmo and Patsy. Released in 1979, this novelty song is criticized for its dark humor and has been listed among the least favorite holiday songs. That song is just, it's kind of stupid to me. I don't have any strong feeling for it. It shouldn't be criticized for dark humor because that's kind of fun. But yeah, it's not good though. Got a couple more to share. "Santa Baby" by Michael Bublé. Bublé's rendition of this classic song has been criticized for altering the original's playful tone, resulting in its frequent appearance on lists of disliked Christmas songs. Kind of weird that Michael Bublé is singing the song. I don't enjoy the original. It's kind of weird to me. But again, can't go either way on this one. Lastly, this one is hilarious that it's on this list because I have never enjoyed it. Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney. This 1979 track is often described as repetitive and lacking depth, leading to its inclusion in several worst Christmas songs compilations. This is definitely my least favorite song. That's probably tied with the Christmas Shoes. I love the Beatles. I love Paul McCartney. This song is so bad. Give those all a listen if you haven't. You can hit pause and come back if you want to hear snippets, but you're most likely not going to enjoy what you hear. As a warning. All right. To make your time worthwhile, we will go ahead and discuss some of the worst Christmas gifts that people have shared. And then we'll get into those tips and tricks and strategies to help you get through those moments. All right. We're going to start with this story. Every year, my aunt gives our family thrift Santa gifts, like a bunch of gifts from thrift stores. The thing is, nothing relates to anything. The worst I've gotten are a Kama Sutra book when I was 13 or 14. I also received a New York Yankees baby onesie. I don't have kids, and I don't watch baseball. That is definitely awkward, specifically the Kama Sutra book for a teenager. Yikes. Next one. This is actually fairly humorous. My husband is an incredible human and talented at many things, but he gave me a truly hilarious gift once. For our very first Christmas together in 2004, we were young and broke, both 22 in grad school. He was so excited to give me my gift, and he presented it proudly in front of my family. He got me a mini sampler of perfumes, a book, and a box of high-end chocolates. These are all great gifts on their own, but ironically, number one, I'm allergic to most perfumes and colognes. 2, he had already given me the exact same book a few months earlier for my birthday. And 3, I'm lactose intolerant. We'll give that guy 9 out of 10 on the effort. He's missing a point for his lack of listening to his girlfriend. This is good. An ex-boyfriend had given me a pack of cigarettes after I had quit for 3 months to, quote unquote, celebrate my progress. However, the most memorable thing he gave me was chlamydia. The next one, we'll keep rolling. My husband received his recently deceased grandfather's used disposable razor as a Christmas gift from his grandmother, complete with hair and all. There most likely was something mentally going on with grandma, because that's just odd. This next one, and this poor teenager. One year, I got Slim Fast Shakes from my mom when I was 14. Woo! All right, I have a couple more to share. I was a 3rd grade teacher One of the students' moms had her own business selling sex toys at home parties. She gave me a vibrator, which I opened in front of the whole class because the girl insisted I open her present. The mom wrote me a note that said it would keep me warm on cold winter nights. And lastly, I was 14, and the Nintendo 64 had been out for a little over a year. I was desperate for one. My parents had divorced maybe 18 months before this, so this was my first Christmas at my mom's new home. I got a 6-pack of white tube socks and a 3-pack of boxers. My mom's new boyfriend got the Nintendo 64. This is where it gets better. We opened all of our gifts together before he had to leave to celebrate Christmas with his wife and newborn child. Take all these stories with a grain of salt. I just find that why would you lie about this stuff? I think it's very comical, and I definitely can see this happening to those people that shared. Gotta love it. All right, so those were not great gifts, but what happens if you do receive something that you're not really enjoying? I am providing you a list of some solutions and how to respond to them. The first being, these are some immediate actions. You can smile and say thank you, showing gratitude for the thought behind the gift, even if you're baffled by the actual item. You could focus on the positive. Compliment something about the gift, like the color, the wrapping, or the effort that the giver put into choosing it. You could also do the well-known fake enthusiasm. If the gift is wildly off base, channel your inner actor for a polite response. There are some post-holiday strategies. You could re-gift with purpose. Recycle the gift by passing it on to someone who would genuinely appreciate it. However, you want to make sure it's not in the same circle of friends or family. That would be uncomfortable otherwise. You could always donate the item to a good cause. You could even exchange or return the item. If the gift came with a gift receipt, you can exchange it for something you'll actually use. Some proactive approaches. You can start a wish list tradition. Suggest that your family or friend group shares wish lists in advance to avoid mismatched gifts in the future. My family does this. We use the app called Elfster. That allows you to provide links electronically that will take you to Amazon, Target, whatever the item is that you list that it's online. So you can create these wish lists and we do a gift exchange that way. Names are automatically drawn. You're provided that person's name and then the gifts that they wish for. It's kind of cool because you can prioritize the ones that you most want versus the others. And you can also use it year round. So we have done that in the past as well for other birthday gifts and things like that. The other thing is it also offers an option to select that you bought the gift. So while the person that has their list doesn't know it's purchased, other people do. So there's not any repeat purchasing of gifts. You can also switch to experiences. This is one of my favorites on the list. Propose a shift towards gifting experiences rather than physical items. Take someone out to lunch, dinner. Go to a concert. Go to a sporting event. Go grab some coffee and walk around. Those times that we spend together can be more meaningful than another pair of socks or a dish towel. You can also do a Secret Santa with specific themes. Encourage gift exchanges with specific price ranges or themes, reducing the chance of wildly unsuitable gifts. We have a few more categories to go. Humorous solutions, embracing the absurdity. If the gift is hilariously bad, lean into it, display it proudly as a conversation piece, or turn it into a running joke. Obviously, want to be mindful of how sensitive those gift givers are. You could also start a bad gift exchange. Some people refer to this as maybe a white elephant. Organize a worst gift ever swap where everyone brings their funniest or most awkward gifts to exchange and laugh about it. Life's too short to be serious all the time. All right, honesty. This is for close relationships. Gentle feedback. If the giver is someone close to you and this is a pattern, you can gently guide them by saying something like, I really love when you pick things, but I might have some ideas for next year. Or suggest practical alternatives. If they ask for feedback, steer them towards gift cards, experiences, or specific items you'll love. And then lastly, avoiding future disappointments. You could agree to no gifts. Sometimes avoiding the exchange altogether in favor of spending quality time can be the best option, as I mentioned a little bit ago. You could also organize a gift-free tradition. Instead of physical presents, focus on sharing meals, creating memories, or doing holiday activities together. As we wrap up this holiday episode with a big bow, I hope you all have a great rest of your holiday season. This time of year seems to go by so quickly, and before we know it, we'll be doing this all again next year. Take the time to appreciate what you've got. Remember, life is short, just like this podcast. I want to thank you all for listening. If you like this episode, feel free to subscribe, leave a review, tell your friends. You can follow along on Instagram. 414_Milwaukee. And the new Instagram, It's Later Than You Think podcast. We'll see you next week.